everybody,
Right.
it's Casey Wallace with Xpnsion Network, and we're here, of course, at the Conscious Life Expo. We are continuing to have a great time here and also provide for you the best programming possible with light workers, phenomenal healers, phenomenal spiritual leaders that are out here and everywhere to aid you on your conscious journey and help you let go of your limited aspects of your life. And with us today is an extraordinary friend, and yes, this is Aeythan, a good friend of ours as well. And we need to introduce you to him. We need to introduce you to him. And so, Aeythan, tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Wow, okay, thank you for having me. So yeah, my name is Aeythan, and so I do quite a few things at the moment. Wow, where to start?
I know. How much time do we have on this preliminary? Yeah.
Yeah. So well, I've recently left my job, and now I help people go through transformations. I do healing work. I manage entrepreneurs' businesses and. You know, soul-based businesses, essentially.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And you know, it's funny because when we made this mad decision to do spirituality, it's like, what the hell is that, right? Okay. Certainly no business format to it, no business platform to it. Nobody is going to really help you and share, okay? And so it's like being a toddler again in the real world, and trying to find your balance and trying to find your pathway to simultaneously while finding your own pathway inward. Okay, so there's this dichotomy going on where I want to present what I'm currently still finding, within my own self, and making that a tangible, usable thing for everybody. And the journey of that. Tell everybody just a little bit. Of course, we're going to be extending our conversation with Aeythan, but what happened in your life where you were like, oh, maybe I should be doing something else?
Wow. Okay, so to give you a brief history, I used to be a vocalist, a heavy metal band vocalist, literally screaming my head off, getting the crowd going, and doing a lot of partying, and having a lot of fun actually. And I was working hard in my job. And there was this one moment when I've been working really hard in my job, and I came home, and the TV screen was on, and I looked at the TV screen, and on the screen 1111 appeared, and I didn't know anything about spirituality at this time, and the next day exactly the same thing happened again.
Really?
Yeah, and.
Wow.
And at this time, so I looked at the TV screen, this happened again, and I said to Ariella, who's my girlfriend, I said, come and look at this, and she's like, yeah, what is this? So she said, should we do an angel card reading? And at that time, I didn't know what angel cards were, but I was like, yeah, let's do it. And the first card I read, it said, you'll see repeated number sequences such as 1111.
Wow.
Which is when my crown chakra burst open. And from there basically everything has gone crazy, and that's a good few years ago now, and yeah, everything's unraveled since then.
Did you find yourself seamlessly able to embrace your intuitive gifts, or did you kind of deny them, ignore that they were there, a little embarrassed to divulge them and expose them to people? How did that process work?
Yeah, at the beginning I was really quite shy about it. I didn't want to tell anybody about it, all of my friends and whatever. When I did tell a couple of them, they just thought I was a bit mad actually. And it's been a real process to kind of come out. It's been a coming out of the closet process, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's been a real journey to step into my power with it and understand what my power is as well, coming from that more 3D life into a more esoteric understanding of oneness and natural law and spirituality. Yeah,
we need to do a show on coming out of the closet with your intuitive gifts, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because it is, you do hear about that, of course, in reference to something else for a lot of people. And, the bravery that it takes to be able to finally, number one, embrace your authenticity, but which is one thing, but then to really divulge it to everybody and be able to stand securely in it. And once you do, of course, the floodgates open up and more of it shows up and more of it shows up, and all the pathways are clear, no matter where they go. We always say there's no such thing as a straight pathway. That's the most boringest route, right? You got to take the side trails.
Yeah.
How did your family deal with that?
Yeah, good question. My dad still doesn't really. I haven't really got much of a thing with him. Yeah, so he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't really know much at all. My mum just, she's more open to it, but still has no. She still doesn't understand it, but she accepts it. She's like, okay, yeah, I'm really happy that you're into that. That's fine, but I don't understand it at all, which is great. I've got that. There's that amazing support from her in that sense. But I think the biggest challenge that I've had is really actually bringing it out into public as a whole.
I know.
Something that I did recently was a summit, an online summit in which it was called Highly Evolved Male, and it was all about masculinity essentially, and toxic masculinity, and how to redefining masculinity actually in a healthy way. And for me that was a big challenge, because my swim lane is not necessarily interviews, so for me that's a stretch. That was a big stretch for me, but once you step into that, it can really help with your development and really empower you and help you to see where your power lies.
Yeah, so. And also the development of your tribe. When it's interesting because once you do start dabbling and dabbling into the arena of exposing yourself, obviously you become a magnet for people that match you, which helps to give you a little more inspiration and a little more support with it. And there's nothing more that human beings seek than acceptance. Okay? And to know that you're accepted, as you are, is another thing I think that human beings are really seeking. A lot of human beings hide who they are because they're not going to be accepted. They're going to try to become somebody that is accepted. And when all of that gets retumbled around, in the cookie jar, and who you are then is not only who you accept, but you find that other people accept you that way. That state of joy itself elevates your consciousness, right? You're like, there I am, and there I am, right? We want to invite everybody to continue this conversation with us, and we'll keep you up to date on when that programming is going to be available to you. But Aeythan, tell everybody how to get a hold of you, how to get in touch with you so that they can get information when you run your summits and everything that you're about.
You can get that on facebook.com/Aeythen, spelt Aeythen.
Nice. We love you.
We love you too.
Thanks everybody for being with us. We hope you have an extraordinary day, and we'll look forward to chatting with you soon.